And we are back to discuss once again about the Champions Trophy teams, another SWOT analysis, and this time of the men in blue, the Indian cricket team, who are already two-time Champions Trophy winners, and this time around, they once again, don't they look the favourites to lift the title again?
I mean, 2002 joint winners with Sri Lanka. 2013 they won, which gave MS Dhoni the set. And finalists 8 years ago in 2017, where they dominated the tournament but lost in that final to Pakistan. And here also, if we look at this Indian cricket team, it's a familiar picture. They look a dominant side, but can they deliver under pressure?
Oh, last 10 years, if you speak of which 50-over tournament that India didn't look the favourites.
Yeah.
This is, when you look at it last 10 years, it's been the era of Indian domination in 50-over format at least. They've been found wanting in white ball cricket, but that is in the
T20s.
T20 scheme of things. But ODI cricket, this Indian team really, all the way, in fact, it goes back to 2013 from the time that you won the
11.
Champions Trophy. 11, yes, it's been a fabulous domination from India in 50 over, and this time as well, the one thing which you will have to say about this Indian side going into the tournament, yes, they start as one of the favourites. For me, the firm favourites, but I really cannot think of anyone who can't put India in the top 2 or top 4.
Yeah,
Well, I can actually think of a couple of teams who can actually
Pip India.
disturb India's combination here.
See, let us look at the group where India are in. India, Bangladesh, New Zealand and Pakistan. Okay. Against New Zealand, you're going to face them after 25 years in the Champions Trophy. Okay.
Last was the ICC Knockout Trophy final.
Yeah. New Zealand have an overall better head-to-head record in ICC events against India. Okay. 5-5 in the World Cups.
A bogey team.
Yeah. 3-0 in the T20s. 1-0 in the CT. Okay. So it's 9-5 in New Zealand's favour at this point in time. And one more WTC final. So 10-5. Okay. Pakistan are the only ICC event where they have a better head-to-head record against India is this particular tournament. Bangladesh went to the semi-finals in 2017, but they failed against India, where they lost by 9 wickets. Looking at this squad, now let us focus on the one major weakness, because that will be debated upon.
Yeah.
The absence of Jasprit Bumrah. Now, we have seen with this Indian cricket team that personnel as such, a loss of a personnel might not impact a team that much. I mean, look at it. Mohammad Shami didn't play in the first 4 matches, but India still won. An injury to Hardik Pandya opened the door for him. You kept on winning until that fateful day.
You want to recall 2019?
2019, there was already an underbelly that was weak. Same in 2017. Top 3. Same in 2019. But here, that is a strength which we'll come to. At least your top 5-6 are settled in the batting.
Yeah.
Top 5-6, at least. But here, looking at the cult of persona, looking at the bowling cheat code that is Jasprit Bumrah. Yes, in tests he, as I said, I've been repeating ad nauseum, BGT, it was Bumrah versus Australia. He's missing his second ICC event.
After the 2022 T20 World
T20 World Cup. Now, how big is Jasprit Bumrah's absence? And that is a major weakness, because anybody whom I speak to, whenever I'm coming to office, they're saying, yaar, Bumrah's not in, we'll have to score 70-80 runs extra.
Yeah.
Is that the general feeling that you're getting, or do you think we have the resources to fill that huge Jasprit Bumrah size void?
I think I remember Harshit saying this thing about Jasprit Bumrah about 8 to 9 months back, specifically I think during the T20 World Cup in USA and Caribbean, that he's a cheat code. And I think he specifically mentioned that thing after the Australia game when he got rid of Travis Head. Obviously, it's a massive loss for India that Bumrah is not going to be there for the Champions Trophy. More than Bumrah not being there, what worries me is India's pace bowling attack actually lacks a lot of experience, and even more importantly than that, Mohammad Shami is not in the best of his forms. So Bumrah not being there is a massive loss, but then more than that, your pace bowling combination, which has the likes of Mohammad Shami, Harshit Rana and Arshdeep Singh. Arshdeep and Harshit Rana are relatively new to the ODI format, and if we talk about Mohammad Shami, he has returned after a long layoff, and ever since his return in the T20 and ODI format, I think he has really lacked rhythm, and that's going to be a major factor. probably that was also one of the major reasons why India opted to give Harshit Rana a lot of game time in the England ODIs, because you know that Harshit Rana with the new ball is still learning those tricks, but with the old ball he has turned out to be a major force, something that was the case for the Kolkata Knight Riders also in the IPL. You know, up front he did bowl just one or two overs or so, but in the middle overs and towards the death, Harshit Rana turned out to be a very useful asset for KKR there. So I think India's pace bowling is a major worry. You've taken a total of 5 spinners, and obviously before we get to the other things from the regarding the Indian team here, let's just run the squad here. Rohit Sharma is the captain, Shubman Gill vice captain, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul number 1 keeper, as it has been cleared by Gautam Gambhir, Rishabh Pant the backup wicket keeper, Hardik Pandya, Akshar Patel, Washington Sundar, Kuldeep Yadav is also making a comeback, Harshit Rana, Mohammad Shami, Arshdeep Singh, Ravindra Jadeja and Varun Chakravarti was the last minute addition to this squad. He comes in place of Yashasvi Jaiswal, who was initially a part of India's Champions Trophy squad. So yes, Bumrah, a big loss, but more importantly, India's bowling is lacking experience and Shami isn't really looking at his 100% best.
How I look at this Indian team, yes, you take out Jasprit Bumrah from any side, of course, the whole complexion of the team changes. But is it an impediment big enough for India to not move past? I think it's not the case. In 50 over cricket, as we've seen, let's go back to the last tournament in which India participated, the major one, that was the World Cup. Was Jasprit Bumrah the one setting the stage on fire? More than him, it was Mohammad Shami. I have a feeling, yes, it goes without saying Jasprit Bumrah is going to be a big miss. But since across 50 overs, the game moves in various stages and other players do get sufficient time to leave an impact, I see this Indian team having the wherewithal, having the firepower to make up for the loss of a Jasprit Bumrah, especially the middle overs. I'm not looking too much into the first 10 and the last 10 overs. That's where you will have a mix of, at times maybe a Hardik bowl at the top or at the death, Arshdeep, Shami. All of these guys put together will be bowling all those 20 overs. But I think the key is going to be the middle overs, where you will predominantly in the tournament, I have a gut feeling you will have Akshar, Jadeja and Kuldeep operate. And I think that's where India will get a better grip of matches. And it's in these middle overs where I feel the Indian middle order, the Indian batsmen will also play a crucial role and give this team an overall edge. The middle overs, I think, look at the middle order for India at the moment. The batters give me a lot of confidence. They have the formula. I've been saying it again and again. The Indian batting lineup, the batters that they have, be it a Shreyas, be it a Virat Kohli, be it a KL Rahul, Hardik Pandya, all these guys know their game very well. They don't have to tweak anything. They know how to take the game away in the middle overs. Virat Kohli got that 150, and he may have looked scratchy, but as we said in the past as well, you now look at his last 8 innings, 5 of them are 50 plus scores, 2 of them are hundreds. That is Virat Kohli for you. He will grind things out in the middle overs. Along with him, a Shreyas who looked very good the other day, but played that needless shot down the leg side, just gave his wicket away. This batting gives me a lot of confidence. Give them any total, I think they know how to go chase that. It's just that I think India have found themselves in a position where more than the bowling, it's the batting that gives them much more confidence. So India may just be one of those sides that would want to chase a little more often as being asked to defend. Because you don't have a Jasprit Bumrah, maybe that confidence may take a little bit of a hit over there. But most days I see this Indian batting lineup coming good.
I mean, there is no doubt about it. I mean, if you analyze the squads of all the Champions Trophy teams, the topmost batting squad, just because of the sheer class and the pedigree that is there on offer, is India.
See, they are rivaled by a couple of other teams. I would say New Zealand look like a very well-rounded team as well. South Africa's batting lineup also looks very good. But you stack the three together, I think you have to give this Indian team a little bit of an edge. Maybe New Zealand are a close second, but when you look at the top 6 of the Indian team, I don't quite think there's too many teams out there that can really challenge and trouble
I
this
mean,
top
look at it.
six.
Rohit Sharma, a bona fide great in the white ball format. Virat Kohli, the greatest batter in this generation that we have had. Shubman Gill, he's also been in tremendous form when you look
India's
at ODIs.
leading run getter in ODIs in
He
the
was
last
the
couple of
player
years.
of the series.
Yep, 259 runs in the England series. He's been in top form. Shreyas Iyer, he should have hit a 150. He was looking in that good
Ahmedabad.
touch in Ahmedabad. Now, there might be a slight complication if you push a Akshar Patel up the order, okay? But Akshar Patel has delivered.
Because that disturbs the usual batting position
The one
of
thing
KL Rahul.
Siddharth makes a very valid point, because I remember reading into the comments of Gautam Gambhir after the series got over. He gave us a couple of interesting points which also in many ways settled the debate as to what your or who your bowling spearhead will be with the new ball, and that'll be Mohammad Shami. Who's it on the other end? It'll be one between Shami and it'll be one with Arshdeep and
Harshit Rana.
However, the other thing is, and I didn't like that from Gautam Gambhir, that there's no set batting order per se. He said that 5 and 6 may as well rotate Akshar, KL Rahul. That change may continue to happen. Now, I don't like that. Now, India, the only way I see this campaign going wrong for India is if they try and become adventurous, something that they did in 2021 T20 World Cup. You tried being adventurous and it didn't work out well for you. So don't be adventurous is what I would say. There is a winning formula. There is a bona fide winning formula that you have. You were clearly the best team as far as the semi-final stage or till the semi-final point of the T20 World Cup on the big day. There was various things that went against. But don't do something that's not, don't break something that doesn't need, don't fix something that's not broken.
Exactly. So see, the major strength in this Indian cricket team is the batting and the depth that they have. They have the batting till number 8.
True.
Okay. Now, how will you fit in your spinners? How will you fit in the bowling combination? That is a major threat. Okay. But there is another lingering thing. Okay. Again, we reiterate the strength is the batting. Okay.
Are we all on the same page with regards to
Yeah,
that?
absolutely.
And the weakness is kind of Bumrah's
and
absence.
sort of bowling.
And the bowling combination. I mean,
Yeah.
will you pick 3 spinners? Who will be the 3 spinners? Will it be Akshar, Jadeja, Kuldeep? Or will it be Akshar, Jadeja, Varun? Will it be Akshar, Washington, Varun? We don't know the
Total of 5
careful that is
spinners.
there. Yeah, total of 5 spinners. The problem, plenty. But KL Rahul versus Rishabh Pant. Now,
No, is there really a debate here?
No, I don't
I
think
don't
there
think
is.
so.
After what you heard it from the coach, right? That
but
KL
there was a heated argument over the
That's
second.
just a report.
That's a report, but then it's a
Yeah.
credible report that has come because
But he starts. It's been given out very clearly,
Yep.
Siddharth, and I don't think there should be any debate.
Yeah.
You want that left-hander thing. You want to break the monotony, as Gambhir said. Then you do have an Akshar Patel to break that monotony for
Yep.
you. I don't look at it as that monotony. That's one thing, because, as I've said in this room plenty of times, if you're a good batter, you will find a way to score runs. Doesn't matter whether it's a left-hander or a right-hander bowling at you. You have to back KL Rahul to get those runs. Did he not get you those gritty runs in the in the 50-over World Cup in 2023? So what is it that makes you believe that he cannot do it all over again?
yeah, he did redeem himself at 6 with a 40 run of 29 balls in the third ODI.
The only problem that I have here is that I think I've pinpointed this in one of the dugouts also, that if Rishabh Pant has to fit in to this ODI 11 of India, either he has to bat in top 3 and probably
I
keep
don't
wickets.
think you're looking at
But
Rishabh Pant
apart-
right now.
But apart from that, I don't see a place for him in this Indian 11. Everything is settled. Let's not, fix something
Everyone
that's
that
not
you see
broken.
on the squad right now got a game in the series, barring him.
Barring Rishabh
Yeah,
Pant, yep.
that's correct.
And look at it. Number 1 to 5 is almost settled.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is why when you look at it, until 6, if Hardik Pandya, Akshar Patel is there, then I
Yeah.
think it gives you that batting depth which is much more valid. But the main weakness with India, on paper, the players are so good, but yet when the big moment comes, they freeze.
I
Probably the monkeys of the back now.
Yes, the monkeys of the
Perhaps,
back
yeah.
now, Siddharth. I think when you're going into this tournament, now you don't have that baggage. Now everything was extinguished in Barbados. That is the mindset I think you'll be going in with. So maybe that's not
Although
a factor
different
anymore.
format.
Different format, agreed. But that monkey came as a result of what was happening across formats.
Exactly.
So now that it has happened in one format, I think that whole fear of failure has now been extinguished fully.
I think one point here is that we obviously agree on the strengths and even the weakness part also. There are obviously a couple of opportunities for a couple of players, but if we talk about the threats, I think one of the major threats associated with this Indian cricket team, and probably we can wrap this thing up after this, is the fact that let's not disturb the winning combination. Let's not try different things. Let's just stick to, most of the things that have been working for this Indian team for the last couple of years or so. Because if they try to be adventurous, if they try too many things, then you don't really
there is
know
one
what can
more
happen.
opportunity. One more. Perhaps the final hurrah for Rowe and Co. Who knows? Because see, Rohit and Virat, this is the format for them. Let's make no mistake about it. Rohit averaged 40, but we know 119, 2. Virat Kohli, 552. So 28.5. But as Harshit pointed out, last 10 innings, it's been like 550s and 200s when you look at it. That's Virat Kohli's staggering consistency. How much are India slowly moving past that phase that yes, if a Rohit or a Virat don't fire, it's okay?
Yes.
Or do you think, no, we still are reliant on Rohit and Virat?
I would like to believe so. That even if Roko do not score, they still have plenty of
Yes.
depth and experience to make sure that they can still, maybe qualify for the final of a
While
Champions Trophy or even win
I,
it.
I will say I don't see there being a scenario where the two of them struggle in the Champions Trophy.
Okay.
It is they have the formula. They just know their game too well. We've heard from Rohit Sharma say it that he knows how things are to be done. But even if you were to sit back, just zoom out a bit, look at the numbers, look at how contrasting the numbers are when you talk about ODI cricket vis-a-vis other formats. You just need to understand basic mathematics to be able to pass a verdict that this is their preferred format and this is what they really ace. I don't see a situation where they struggle.
See, in the England series, is any example, Shubman stepped up, Shreyas stepped up, all the others are stepping up.
True.
So Virat and Rohit, yes, if they score like how they did in 2019 and 2018, then they say na in Hindi, sone pe suhaga hai. So that is why, last question before we sign off, India winning the Champions Trophy.
Oh, that's big.
So that we've only been doing top 4 and
Yeah.
top 3 favorites.
Putting too much pressure.
Now,
But favorites.
because this
But
team-
I'll go ahead and answer that. For me, they are. I see India win.
For the third time. So third title loading for them.
A definite semi-final, maybe a final. I don't think India are winning the Champions Trophy.
Ouch. Ouch.
Indian fans look away.
See, I asked the question, I'm in a spot.
Paristhiti Gambhir.
Gambhir hai because our coach's name is Gautam Gambhir, but I see them definitely making the
Definite. Semi-final
finals.
is a definite for all
final.
of us.
I see
Yeah.
them reaching
Okay.
the final. But I think they are ready. I think you have to gear up for more heartache.
Oh man.
I hope I'm proven wrong. So
What am I doing with pessimists like you?
just a couple of days back, you were saying, "Oh, how come we are agreeing on everything? Now we are not agreeing on anything." He's calling us a pessimist, but still, I hope India proven. But they are one of the top contenders for a third CTT. If they win, it shouldn't be a surprise anymore. But if they lose, yet again, that same situation. Such a great team, but yet you have not won the title.
Let's hope that's not the case. But
Yeah.
you let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Where do you see this Indian team going in the Champions Trophy? All the way to the final, maybe not past the group stage. Hope that's not the case, or just the semi-final. Whatever it is, we look forward to your thoughts in the comments.
Bye bye.